It was a late night in Los Angeles when police responded to a call about a suspicious vehicle. A white Tesla was parked on a quiet street. The officers approached, expecting perhaps an abandoned car or a routine disturbance. What they found inside the trunk changed everything. The body of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas was discovered, lifeless and hidden away. The shockwaves rippled immediately. A teenager, a Tesla, a mystery that seemed to belong not only to the crime pages, but to the new digital age of speculation and viral discussion. From the moment Celeste's name appeared in the headlines, the story began to grow in directions no one could have predicted. It wasn't just a death. It became a question of social media, celebrity, and how online platforms shape tragedy into conspiracy. This is the story of the Celeste Rivas mystery. What happened the night she died, what is known, what remains unclear, and why her case has ignited both grief and controversy. Celeste Rivas was, by most accounts, an ordinary teenager with friends, interests, and a life that, until September 2025, looked like countless others in Los Angeles. Her family has described her as kind, creative, and sensitive. She lived in a city filled with both opportunity and risk, a place where wealth and violence often overlap. At 15, Celeste was not famous. She was not a public figure. Yet her name became tied to headlines that no parent ever wants to read. On the night of September 22nd, Celeste was last seen leaving her neighborhood around dusk. Details are still contested. Some reports say she was walking with acquaintances, others that she was expected at a friend's house. What is consistent is the timeline. Hours later, her body was found inside a Tesla. The Tesla itself became part of the narrative. This was not just any car. Tesla carries a symbolic weight: high-tech, futuristic, expensive. To find a young girl's body in such a vehicle transformed a local tragedy into a national mystery. Who owned the car? Who parked it there? And how did Celeste end up in the trunk? Police reports from the first hours were cautious. The Los Angeles Police Department confirmed that a body had been found. They confirmed the identity as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, but they avoided details about cause of death, ownership of the car, or possible suspects. In press conferences, officers repeated familiar phrases: under investigation, too early to determine, family has been notified. To families, this language feels cold. To the public, it leaves a vacuum. And in 2025, vacuums are filled instantly by Reddit threads, TikTok clips, and Twitter storms. Within hours, the case was everywhere online. On Reddit, particularly in mystery and true crime communities, users speculated about the Tesla, about ownership records, about the timeline of Celeste's last hours. On TikTok, videos with hashtags bearing her name collected millions of views. Some were heartfelt tributes, others were sensational claims. YouTube live streams popped up within days, commentators promising to solve the case in real time. In a networked world, tragedy becomes content almost overnight. One of the threads that gained particular attention was the alleged link between Celeste Rivas and the musician D4D, a young artist with a large online following. The connection was, at first, vague and unsupported. But Redditors noticed that discussions about the case were being removed from his subreddit. Some claimed the moderation was heavy-handed. Others accused his team of suppressing the story. Screenshots circulated, showing deleted posts and locked threads. The more the moderation increased, the more suspicious the public became. It is an old irony. Attempts to silence speculation often amplify it. By the end of the week, the narrative had 3 parts: the tragic death of a teenager, the mystery of how she ended up in the Tesla, and the online war over who gets to tell the story. Let's step back and review what is factually known. Celeste Rivas was confirmed dead on September 22nd. Her body was found in the trunk of a Tesla, parked on a residential street in Los Angeles. The Tesla was impounded by police, its registration under review. Police statements did not mention visible signs of trauma. Toxicology tests were ordered. Those are the facts. Everything beyond them lives in the realm of interpretation. The theories fall into three broad categories. The first is the theory of foul play. This suggests Celeste was abducted, harmed, and hidden in the Tesla. Supporters of this theory point to the secrecy of the trunk, the abnormal circumstances, and the lack of clear cause of death. They ask, how does a 15-year-old girl end up inside a locked trunk without someone else's involvement? The second is the theory of accident. Could Celeste have entered the car voluntarily? Was she hiding, playing, or meeting someone? Teslas are advanced, but they are still cars. Their trunks can trap, their environments can suffocate. Perhaps what looks like crime was misadventure. The third is the theory of indirect causes. This points toward broader issues: exploitation, peer pressure, online interactions, or unsafe environments. The idea is not that the Tesla killed her, nor that a stranger did, but that a combination of risky circumstances and neglect led to tragedy. None of these theories has been confirmed. All of them remain possibilities. But then there is the online layer, the alleged link to D4VD. The claim is not that the musician was personally involved. Rather, the claim is that Celeste may have been part of his extended fan community, or that someone in his orbit was connected. The controversy exploded when posts about Celeste were deleted from his subreddit. Fans accused his team of censorship. Moderators claimed they wanted to avoid misinformation. Between those positions, conspiracy theories flourished. Did the artist know Celeste? Was she a fan who got too close? Or is the connection entirely imaginary, created by the hunger of online communities to link the tragedy to a famous name? As of now, there is no public evidence tying D4VD directly to Celeste Rivas. But the perception has power. Online, perception often outweighs fact. Meanwhile, the Rivas family has asked for answers. They want clarity on how Celeste died, why she was in that car, and whether justice will be served. Their grief has been compounded by seeing her story turned into hashtags, theories, and memes. They have urged the public to focus on her humanity, not the speculation. Police continue to investigate. Toxicology results may provide clarity, but even then, the questions may not go away. The Tesla itself has become a symbol, a piece of 21st century technology wrapped in a 20th century mystery. In the end, the Celeste Rivas case is more than a headline. It is a mirror of our culture, how we process grief in the internet age, how we create villains and suspects before evidence emerges, and how a single act of tragedy can ripple through communities, fan bases, and social networks. Was Celeste the victim of foul play? Was it a tragic accident? Or was it something stranger, a story shaped not only by what happened that night, but by how the internet chose to tell it? 15 years old. A white Tesla. A city where tragedy and rumor thrive. For now, the Celeste Rivas mystery remains unsolved. What do you think happened that night? Let us know in the comments below, and subscribe if you want to explore more stories where fact, rumor, and mystery collide.